Hi there, I'm Teacher Akshara. I teach voice at Opus One Music Studio, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 different tips that's going to help you practice better and have the best tone when you're singing. Stay tuned. Tip number 1, posture is very important when you're singing. You never want to be slouched over like this, or your shoulders are too high, or you're kind of standing up straight but your stomach is jutting out. We want none of that. We want to make sure that we have good posture so that we can breathe well and sing healthily. So I always tell all my students that it's important to have your chest open and your shoulders down and relaxed. Not like this, not like this. We're going to be like this. And in order to get into it, there's a few warm-ups you could do to release any tension you have in your shoulders, the back of your neck, around your neck, upper back. So let's go over some of those warm-ups. The first warm-up are shoulder rotations. You can take your shoulders and roll them back just like this, really slowly, and try to see if you can get your shoulder blades to touch in the back. This is a great way to open up your chest. And you can do a few rounds of these, and you can also bring them forward. Do this a few times, reset, and you've opened up your chest. And now to release tension in and around your neck, you can do some neck rotations, just like this. And you want to make sure that you're going to the full range of motion. So not like this, not like a bobblehead. You want to make sure your ears are getting close to your shoulders, so you feel a stretch on both sides of your neck. You're trying to get your chin down to touch your chest. Same thing on the other side, and look all the way up to feel that stretch on the front side. Bring it around, do a few rounds of this. Again, this movement has to be done really slowly, and then switch directions and do a couple of rounds this way. And once you're done, you now have released some tension and relaxed your upper back, your shoulders, and your neck. And now your neck has to be in a neutral position. So none of this, none of that. Make sure it's straight ahead and your shoulders are back, just like this. Practice tip number 2. We're going to talk about how to breathe optimally and healthily when you're singing. So let's stand on up real quick, and let's quickly just go over anatomy. You have a rib cage right on top of your lungs, right? So it doesn't make sense to breathe like this. This creates a lot of tension around your neck and your shoulders, and you're not breathing to the deepest level. Breathing has to come from down here. And I want you to really focus on when you're breathing in, think about your stomach kind of going out. So I'm going to stand profile like this. I'm going to have one hand on my tummy, the other one on my back. And when I breathe in, watch what happens to my tummy. My shoulders never ever went up, right? I'm breathing from down here. When you breathe from your tummy, what's really happening is your lungs are expanding in a downward motion. They don't expand up this way at all because you have a skeletal structure called your rib cage right on top. So if you want to breathe to an optimal level and a healthy level, it doesn't make sense to do this at all. Your lungs expand in a downward motion. And when that happens, you have a muscle called the diaphragm that moves out of the way to opt for more space. So that's why you feel like your tummy is getting bigger, but really it's your lungs expanding. So that's what I want you guys to focus on. Focus on breathing from down here at your core. And when you're practicing at home, you can try lying down completely flat on the ground and really focus on how much your stomach is rising and falling when you're breathing. Practice tip number 3. We're going to talk about what you can do with your jaw and how much space you need to have in your mouth in order to achieve the most rich and full sound without any kind of strain. So first and foremost, when you open your mouth to sing, you never want to jut out your jaw like this. None of that, none of this. And also, we don't want to hyperextend either. We don't want to do this. That creates a lot of tension over time around here, and that starts to hurt. We don't want that. What we want instead is to have a kind of an vertical opening in your mouth. You want your mouth to be shaped like an oval almost. So something like this. Just like that. And while you do that, be conscious of the space around your molars and behind them. You want a lot of space there, so relax your tongue too. And the way that you can get into this position naturally is by breathing in and then sighing. So breathe in with me. And relax your jaw just a little bit. Just like that. And when you do that, watch what happens to your sound. If you're biting down on your words and your mouth is like this, It's opening up this way. Here's how you'll sound. Let's say we're singing this note right here. Ah, ah, versus ah, 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 ah. That's a lot more clearer, and it involves less energy for me. All I'm doing is dropping my jaw, creating a lot of space in the back of my mouth. Take a deep breath in inside one more time. And now, instead of I hope these tips have helped you out. Take care. Bye-bye.